It's crucial for business owners to maintain track of their spending in order to stay organized and prevent overspending. To succeed in your business, it's crucial to establish a pattern for keeping track of spending. By doing this, you'll be able to monitor your expenditures and make sure you're not going beyond. Fortunately, it's simple to stay on top of your business spending if you just follow a few simple measures. In this video, we'll demonstrate how to manage your money and keep track of your business expenses, including the following. 1. How to make a list of all of your business expenses. 2. How to create a system for tracking your expenses. 3. How to set up a system for recording your expenses, and 4. How to review your expenses regularly. We'll provide you with the resources you need to manage your expenditure. Our advice and tactics will assist you in maintaining organization and financial control whether you are a new or seasoned business owner. So be sure to keep watching to learn how to keep track of your business expenses if you're ready to take control of your finance.
Welcome to The Strategist.
How to keep track of business expenses. Number 1. Create a list of every expense related to your business. Included here should be your typical outgoing costs, such as rent, utilities, supplies, and anything else. You might want to add the following additional details to your list of business expenses. Rent. You'll have to make a monthly rent payment if you have a real storefront or office space. Include this in your list of costs without fail. Utilities. These include things like gas, water, and electricity. Supplies. These could range from items used in offices, like paper and pens, to commodities required for your goods or services, such as raw materials, packaging, etc. Insurance. Be sure to include business insurance on your list because it's crucial to safeguard your firm from unforeseen catastrophes. Taxes. You may be required to pay a variety of taxes, depending on the type of business you run. Sales tax, real estate tax, and income tax are a few examples. Marketing and advertising. If you want to grow your firm or draw in new clients, you'll probably need to set aside money for these costs. Employee expenses. If you have employees, you must take into account their hourly rate or compensation as well as any perks you offer, such as 401k contributions, health insurance, etc. Travel. You'll need to budget for expenses like airline, hotel stays, and meals if you or your workers must travel for work. You'll have a clear picture of where your money is going and be better able to manage your finances when you create a thorough inventory of all of your business expenses. Number 2. Establish a technique for keeping track of your spending. Using a spreadsheet or specialist business finance software might be as easy as that. Make sure the system you select is simple to use and that you keep it updated frequently. When developing a system to track your business spending, you have a few options to take into account. Spreadsheets. Spreadsheets let you manually enter and keep track of your spending, making them a convenient and economical solution. You can make a spreadsheet with columns for the date, vendor, sum, and usage of each expense using a tool like Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets. Business finance software. You may track your business spending with a number of specialized software applications that are available. Xero, Zoho Books, and QuickBooks are a few of the most well-liked choices. In addition to spending monitoring, these apps frequently provide capabilities like bank connectivity, invoicing, and budgeting. Mobile apps. You may track your costs while on the road by using a smartphone app if you're looking for a more practical solution. You may enter and classify spending, snap pictures of receipts, and more using a variety of apps. It's crucial to take your needs and spending power into account when selecting a system for keeping track of your expenses. A spreadsheet could be adequate for small businesses with straightforward expenses. However, you might want to take into account a more powerful software solution if you run a larger company with more intricate finances. Establishing a strategy for keeping track of your spending as they occur is also a good idea. You can do this by using a smartphone app to track spending in real time, or you can keep a tiny notepad with you to record expenses as they happen. Number 3. Establish a strategy to track your spending as they arise. This might help you keep track of your expenditures and make sure that you don't forget about any significant outlays. Here are some options to think about. Receipts. Always request a receipt for any business purchases you make. The information from the receipt can then be added later to your expense tracking program. Mobile applications. As was already noted, there are numerous mobile applications that let you keep track of your spending in real time. As soon as you make a purchase, you can simply enter the specifics, and the program will instantly add it to your expenses. Credit card and bank statements. If you keep track of all of your expenses using a business credit card or bank account, you may check your statements on a regular basis. Expense report. If one of your employees pays for business-related expenses, such as travel expenses, you can request that they provide an expense report listing all of their out-of-pocket costs. This will make it easier for you to keep track of these costs and make sure they are accurately recorded. It's crucial to track your costs in as much detail as you can. Make sure to record each expense's date, amount, and goal. This will make it simpler for you to keep tabs on your expenditure over time and find any places where you might be able to make savings. Here are a few other facts you might want to think about including, in addition to the date, sum, and purpose of each expense. Vendor. From whom did you purchase the item? Method of payment. Did you use cash, a credit card, or another option? Receipt. If you have a physical receipt, you should retain it with your expenditure reports in case you need to look it up later. You might wish to take a picture of or keep an electronic copy of the receipt if you don't have a real one. Category. To make it simpler to manage your spending and find any areas where you might be able to make savings, it might be useful to categorize your expenses. Consider creating categories for things like rent, utilities, supplies, and so on. Number 4. Regularly review your expenses. You'll be able to see where your money is going and make any required changes to your spending patterns as a result. Regularly reviewing your business expenses can help you remain on top of your spending and spot any areas where you can make savings. When assessing your spending, consider the following actions. Search for trends. You might be able to spot spending patterns if you look back on your expenses over time. You may discover, for instance, that you tend to spend more on particular expenses at particular times of the year. Find cost-saving opportunities. As you go through your expenses, you might realize that you're overspending in some areas. For specific goods or services, you might be able to identify cheaper sources or bargain with vendors for better prices. Establish financial objectives. After reviewing your expenditures, you can establish financial objectives for the upcoming month, quarter, or year. This will enable you to control your spending and make sure that you stay within your spending limit. Check for errors. Be cautious to look for any mistakes as you evaluate your spending. Duplicate charges or expenses that were classified incorrectly could be examples of this. In order to manage your money and ensure that you are not overpaying, keeping track of your business expenses is essential. You can easily keep track of your spending and track your expenses by following a few easy steps. Please check out our other videos for additional valuable business advice. Thank you for watching.